Alright, we are in it for another one.
Prepare for
Quick little
battle.
game coming in here. We've got the Dire again, DK, Drow, Tinker, Death Prophet, and Crystal Maiden. Does this count as time?
Plague our enemies.
I don't know. Pauses don't actually count on the ticker. But on the other side, on the Radiant, we've got Bloodseeker, Nature's Prophet, Venge, Veno, and Undying. So we'll see how this game works out. We'll see where the lanes do end up, as at least mid, or at least near mid for right now. You've got the Venomancer off lane Undying, but he could be pushed to the off lane and maybe throw Nature's Prophet there, but we'll see how they want to play their lanes in terms of the Radiant, because Dire, it's Tinker mid, and then Drow in the off lane with Death Prophet, and DK top with CM. I don't know. It's weird. It's definitely an interesting little lineup going on over here. Is over towards bottom. They've got the Magic Missile. That's going to hit into the Death Prophet. Bloodseeker trying to catch somebody. Doing a lot of damage here to the Drow to get that first blood. And, uh-oh. Can he grab it? Very close. And Magic Missile, first blood for the Venge. So, right away, the Radiant, they get themselves a little bit of a lead. You've got Venomancer over mid. That is an assist coming out for this Bloodseeker, which is going to be a tough issue to deal with. And then we'll take a look. As you've got Death Prophet here, but up against this Bloodseeker, I mean, Magic Missile and a couple of shots that come through eventually with the Blood Rage is going to be really a tough lane to just kind of sit in. You've got the Nature's Prophet supporting with Treants. As solo off lane is the Undying. Okay, so just Undying here. He's got the Decay, trying to hit it on both. Just trying to sustain and survive, and that's going to be a little bit tough with the Crystal Maiden. Meanwhile, Death Prophet again getting very low. Just about walks away. So Undying trying to walk out, and oh boy, Tinker just over mid, having an easy time. 6-0 to the Venomancers, 1-1, and he went Gale into the Poison Sting. So we'll see if he's able to really make anything happen there. As Venge taking a lot of damage, then you've got the Bloodseeker in a little bit of trouble, as he gets quite low. It's hard to really want to dive this lane and get that health back with the Blood Rage. So he definitely has to be careful, as he is quite low at the moment, but getting that health back slowly but surely with the Tangos at that 10 regen mark. We'll see if they can find anything in this lane, as they avoid the Crypt Swarm. There's the Silence coming out, and these arrows doing a little bit of damage here to the Bloodseeker. So he's forced out a little bit. Push him back to Decay again, coming out from this Undying, but no longer really has the mana to sustain that. Ghost comes through. Hitting away at the Death Prophet, as well as the Drow Magic Missile. Spirit Siphon onto the Venge. Take a look at the Bloodseeker, still doing quite a bit of damage. Gus comes out one more time. Bloodseeker trying to throw this Silence on them, just get them lower and lower. I mean, the lower Drow kind of sits in this lane, the better it'll get. But still has a little bit of regen to work with while staying here for the time being. Moves up top towards that haste. Magic Missile again, but gusted up one more time. Could have thrown the Blood right on top of the Death Prophet and might have been able to sneak in to get that kill. There's the Blood right this time, and woo! One big shot coming out of the magic missile a little bit earlier. Again, it's opportunities there that the Radiant are really pressuring to try and get this kill. But here comes the Nature's Prophet now under the tier 1 tower. Still taking some tier 1 shots, and now the Spirit Siphon comes out. Cryptstorm gets the kill, and then over mid, Tinker pops that haste. Just to use that bottle. Undying. Crystal Maiden. Don't hit that hard, Crystal Maiden. So Death Prophet level 3. Bloodseeker now level 4. And if he could get to that level 6 and just have that rupture, it's going to be a very tough lane to just stay in. Undying all the way back to base. He'll TP in. Definitely needs those arcane boots to try and stay alive.
Radiant's top tower
Tinker now no longer really
Veins run empty.
finding too much in this lane, as he did get 22 and 2 pretty quickly, and now the rockets do fly out on the Venomancer, but it's hard for him to stay close. He's got to use that bottle where he can, and he's now half health. It's just a Venomous Gale and maybe Bloodseeker coming over. They could get the kill if he's not too careful, but he's playing it pretty aggressively. To stay in this lane the way he is, I mean, it's commendable. If the Bloodseeker just came over, they might be able to get a kill. Especially with the Shrine now used, but they might just go over bottom. Answer coming around the back. There's the Blood Right. They'll have the Venomous Gale on top of that. Both these heroes get hit. Now the chase is on. Drow gonna get very low. They've also got the Magic Missile to clean up the Drow. They look over the Death Prophet. This could be 2. Spirit Siphon trying to stay alive. Doing a good job at keeping this Death Prophet alive. They finally break the tether. The Cryptstorm comes out, but it's a double kill here for this Bloodseeker. And oh boy, Rocket's dead is not only the Venge, but so is the Bloodseeker. So Tinker takes quick advantage of TPing over bottom to get that double kill. That is a big boost in gold. Looking for the early boots of travel to really pressure this Radiant side. So Bloodseeker back over level 4, getting close to that level 5. Magic Missile comes through. Meanwhile, the Venomancer's gonna die over mid. Gust comes out. Venge getting hit up hard. Level 5 now is the Bloodseeker. Meanwhile, mid with the double damage. Tinker level 8. Wow. And that's compared to the Venomancer, not even level 7 yet. So Tinker really doing a good job. This is going to get hard for the Radiant if this game goes late like that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Tinker, a very good high ground defender. And yeah, they'll have the push of the Nature's Prophet, as well as maybe the fight capabilities from Veno and Bloodseeker. Maybe Venge can transition into some sort of hard-hitting 4. They've got the silence onto the Drow, but they still have to be careful. Enough creeps here to work with. So Venomancer has back over towards the mid. Is level 6, but goes to the 2-3-1 build. No Poison Nova taken just yet. Halfway to 6 is this Bloodseeker, who wants to use this Blood Rage to get that health back, or would like to. But again, just the threat of the Drow as well as the Death Prophet is enough to really make him quite hesitant in this lane. Is over top, Undying in a little bit of trouble. Venomancer goes down again over mid. The chase is on. There's the Decay, keeping Undying a little bit healthy. The rotation from the Nature's Prophet, but they do not find this Crystal Maiden just yet, but actually continues to come in Boots up this Undying, and now into the Elder Dragon form. Breathe Fire comes through, looking for the Dragon Tail. Doesn't get it yet. Crystal Maiden trying to TP out. And Undying gets away. The ulti from the Nature's Prophet, not going to get the kill, but let me take a look over bottom. Spirit Siphon just keeping these heroes alive. Or keeping this Death Prophet alive and pushing back the Bloodseeker and the Venge. There's the Rockets. There's the kill with Crypt Swarm. He'll get one. Bloodseeker into the trees. Tinker again coming over, taking advantage of these low heroes.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So, 2,000 net worth lead here for the Dire side, and wow, look how far this Tinker is. With the Boots of Travel, should really up that farm. We'll see if his team is able to really keep it together, as Bloodseeker's got some good farm, and the next two are Dire heroes. So if Tinker can open up more space, I mean, this could get worse for the Radiant. Very quickly. They just cannot kill this DK. Here comes the Tinker. This is trouble again. Kills off one. Doesn't have the mana to get another with the laser or the rockets just yet. And actually will just turn for this tombstone. Why not? I mean, it's 125 gold. Silence out on two heroes. There's the Blood Right. That silences up both the Drow as well as the Death Prophet, but gets the Exorcism off. Now the Rupture comes through, but the Ghosts are going to eat through the Bloodseeker. They end up trading, but to get that kill before she drops is pretty important. Soul Rip from the Undying. He's got another decay at 16 stolen strength.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
I feel like they are really pressuring this top tier 1. Venomancer does threaten for a moment, but not a lot of mana, not a lot of health. This could just be his death if he's not too careful, but the Blood Right comes in. The Venomous Scale, that slows up his DK. They have the damage, and now they've got the Rupture. This is going to be 2. Don't glow just yet. Whew. That was close. But yeah, they're keeping it relatively close, and that is due in part by the Venomancer's farm, despite going down a couple times over mid, as well as the Bloodseeker's farm. Tinker very far ahead at the moment. Has the Boots of Travel, the Bottle, the Soul Ring. It's already level 12. I mean, things look really good here for the Tinker.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Sun comes out immediately. Double damage here for the Death Prophet. Again, does have that Drow aura to work with. The chase is on. The Crystal Maiden dead over top of. Whew. Actually, doesn't. Not too much to work with. The Drow is only level 5. Oh my god.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Tinker coming in, and Undying is just okay, just dead. Lose their tower top, but to get another kill, especially for the Death Prophet, as regen, might as well use it. It's about half health of mana before that is stopped. Drow is bottom. Has to be careful, but no mana here for the Nature's Prophet. Goes straight into that Midas. Now Venomous Gale out through to this Drow. Gonna use the gust to get away, and I think
Radiant's middle
Drow
tower
might
is under
fall.
attack.
And will. So the Venomancer does his job, gets the kill. Crypt Swarm thrown, but March of the Machine's gonna do a lot of damage to this Venomancer. No Poison Nova. Stand in it. You're gonna die. Crystal Maiden spotted by the Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker just walks right by him. And the Rupture comes out on the DK as well as the Bloodright. So now he's silenced. They've got the Decay. They're doing the damage with the Tombstone. They'll grab themselves one. Goes right past the Crystal Maiden. And goes straight for the DK. Probably the better call,
Dire's
too.
bottom tower is under attack.
Just because of the fact that you go for the Crystal Maiden and DK probably gets out. DK's worth more. Want to slow him down a little bit. The Crystal Maiden, at least at this point, level 5 doesn't really quite matter. And they might just get this kill anyway. Decay's going to miss. And, oh boy, Undying taking a lot of damage from those rockets. The blink forward with the rockets, the laser. And Tinker gets another one. What is he now? He's 7-0-2. Wow, going straight into the Dagon. Especially after picking up that blink dagger. He's continuing to push. And he's almost double the net worth of anybody on the side of the
Radiant's
Radiant,
bottom tower is
who
under
are
attack.
trying to farm, but it's just Tinker right now. It is everywhere. Rupture comes out, blood right through. This is the Crystal Maiden dead again, but again, here are the rockets and here are the ghosts. They kill off the Bloodseeker. You get hit with the Poison Nova, but it's not gonna matter. The TP attempt out from the Venomancer, and maybe could have stayed. They try to go for this Death Prophet, but now Silence on 2 with the Tinker back in it. They're gonna lose this Venge. They'll probably lose the Undying, and as I say that,
Dire's middle tower.
ooh, Tinker trying to run away. They do lose the Death Prophet. The blink out. Crystal Maiden with the ulti looks over the Undying, still alive.
Dire's
And
middle
so
tower
is the
under
Tinker.
attack.
Undying just escaping, and Drow is gone. Drow dying to the Tombstone of Undying. So that is the second death from a hero who is just standing inside a on the ground
Dire's
DOT.
middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Rupture, silence. Here's the Yules coming out from this Death Prophet. Spirit Siphon, not enough. Bloodseeker making up for that last death, getting a kill.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Cleaning up that Death Prophet, which is a big one.
Radiant's top tower is under
Go over at
attack.
the DK, there's the Sprout.
Dire's structures
Got the Decay to start, but there's the TP away. No way to stop that.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
Thanks, me for you.
16, 14, 30 kills, averaging about 2 kills a minute here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Still top of that net worth. Actually, top of the net worth for the Radiant now is the Venomancer, who goes to the pipe, as well as picking up this energy booster. So we'll see what he goes for with this energy booster, if that's going to be Aether Lens or if that's going to be Lotus Orb. We'll have to see. Damage on the ground, Tinker. Push this bottom tier 1. Nobody going to pick up this double damage. Bloodseeker still farming, just trying to go for this Shadow Blade. And the double damage still on the ground. They've got the swap. Now the Magic Missile. I mean, Tinker, not really a protective spot right there. And there's the rearmed Soul Rip. Trying to stay alive, but they've got the damage, and they do get the kill. Double damage still sitting here top. Nobody going for it. Not Drow, not DK, nobody. And nobody really coming over to help the Tinker. Not even the Crystal Maiden, who was right here. Literally right here. And still not moving.
Radiant
I don't-
are scanning.
And they look over at the
Dire's
Drow.
bottom tower is under attack.
This is Venomous Gale doing a lot of damage, and... Bing. Nope. No deny. Moon dies.
Double damage.
Is the Tinker really gonna AFK? Let's see. Nope. Okay, Blink, Rockets onto the high ground, Blink forward again. There's the Rockets, actually doesn't go to the Undying. There's the Sprout, and now somehow this Undying's alive. Bloodseeker coming over, the TP is out. They look over the Death Prophet, uses Exorcism, and will die quickly after. So those ghosts are gone, and that is on cooldown very quickly. A look over mid once again at the Tinker, who's able to blink away. And we kill the Undying. Wow. So DK, nice regen.
Dire's
Venomous
middle
Gale
tower
comes
is
out.
under
They're
attack.
pinging faded. They want to go in. Just
Dire's
the
middle tower
Venomancer's
has fallen.
coming over, and now the Ghost hits, and he's just able to TP out. Yeah, they get the tier 1 tower over mid, but they don't go in for this kill just yet. They're up 2,000 net worth because of the farm, the DK, as well as the Death Prophet has kind of fallen off immensely, and now they got to get another kill on the Drow. This time it goes the way of the Bloodseeker, who does in fact have that Shadow Blade ready to go. CD goes for it next.
Radiant structures are
Took that
fortified.
attack speed to start.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Damage goes
attack.
for magic resistance. Does go into that Dragon Knight, so it's kind of shifting into that core role. That's my
Radiant's
bottom
bottom
tier
tower
1.
has
Venom,
been
what did you
denied.
go for? You went with the Venomous Gale cooldown, which puts it at every 10 seconds, which is quite nice. Venomous Gale again. Hits onto the Drow. Here comes the Bloodseeker. Oh boy.
Dire's
Not enough
bottom
damage,
tower
but
is under attack.
very close, that's for sure. And he does end up dying. Over here.
Dire's bottom tower
Dying
is
drops. They'll take the tier 2. Ulti used by the Crystal Maiden to get that kill, but they take the tier 2 over bottom.
I deserve this. Illusion. Gold for me.
This'll come in handy.
Bloodseeker. Going into a Yule's next. Interesting. Probably avoid maybe the rockets. Could set somebody up for the blood right. Prophet, he's also got a Shadow Blade. He's going for the Orchid. A lot of Shadow Blade sustain coming out from the Undying, as well as the Veno with the Pipe and the Mech coming out from the Undying. So yeah, Tinker's got this big lead and goes into the Kaya, still going for the Dagon, doubling back for it. But his presence is not felt as much as it was a couple, 5 minutes ago. So, he's kind of fallen off here in terms of what he's been really doing in this game. Death Prophet coming over. There's the Venomous Gale. Yules comes through, but here comes the Bloodseeker. And they'll get that kill. Rockets do get thrown out twice onto both these heroes, but again, they've got the pipe, and they really don't feel that. It's another kill here for the Bloodseeker, closing in on that Yules, not too far away from it. 300 gold down. Hero level 17, Bloodseeker here level 13. And actually, Tinker comes in for a moment. Again, they kill off the Drow. And Moon, you take a look, 1, 9, and 4. Just unable to make anything happen. So, 3,000 net worth lead for the Radiant. And they really have just been pressuring so heavily they don't really plan on stopping. And again, Venomous Gale comes out on the Death Prophet. Yeah, you've got that Yules. Bloodright, unfortunately for them, is on cooldown, but they don't even need it. Tries to use that Spirit Siphon and just can't really eat the damage that comes out from both these heroes, especially with the Venomous Gale on. Now the Yules is picked up for the Bloodseeker. Ooh, Nature's Prophet caught out. As they do come over and get the kill. Dagon 2 for the Tinker. We'll see if that does much of anything. But still, for right now, it's a Radiant lead by a little bit of a small margin.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oops.
Double damage.
Movement speed for Drow, who's just hitting level 10. Venge going into the Hurricane Pike. So yeah, no crazy real support for the Radiant, but I think from the skill level I was reading, it wasn't exactly necessary. Yeah, it's not necessary here.
Death tax.
So, Radiant right now, I would think they kind of want to pressure a little bit just because they don't want to let that Tinker get that Dagon 5 and find that farm. He's a constant nuisance to this game. And Radiant, with 2 outer towers still remaining for the Dire, it's just you want to put that pressure on them. If Tinker leaves, you go. It makes the Dire uneasy. But for the Radiant, you want this Tinker to buy you some time. You've lost your Death Prophet consecutively over the last 5 minutes, 4 or 5 times. As the same could be said with the Drow. So, 2 heroes that are supposed to really build you up in this game early are not really doing it for you. And you're relying on a Dragon Knight who's got the Maelstrom with Dragonlance going to the BKB, but he hasn't been part of much. On the Radiant, they've got Bloodseeker, just 2,000 gold, ready to go. Venge into the Hurricane Pike. This Venge does hit hard, and the Venge aura is nice damage boost too. Venomous Gale a little bit short of the Crystal Maiden. No, yeah. It's the Poison Touch thing that's giving that animation. Gonna miss Gale. Short again. That is not the range. Gale, hero, impact, summons 2 wards.
I'll take that.
I mean, the soul is already there. You could. Mech gets used. Wards placed down. They'll start to siege this high ground over bottom. You gotta now know there's a ward here. Tinker with the Dagon, level 4. Death Prophet going into the Shadow Blade. Hurricane Pike picked up for the Venge. Orchid picked up for the Nature's Prophet. And the items coming in for the Radiant suggest that they should be able to really win these fights, especially if they could silence the Tinker. I'd say they win every one of these fights. I don't think the rest of the team's really doing much in the moment. Venomancer, who had a little bit of a tough time over mid, has really found it again at 10-3 and 10. Picks up this regen rune, and he's going into the Hurricane Pike. Actually has the Hurricane Pike as well.
Radiant are scanning.
Tinker is here. Again, it's nice vision for the Dire overall. Or, well, they had nice vision.
The seeds of fortune.
Sanjay Yasha next here for the Bloodseeker. Dagon 5 is purchasable. Obi-Wan gets back here, I assume. There it is. Who was getting Ags? Tinker? Yeah, Tinker going Ags. I mean, that's just going to make it even harder to really siege this high ground. Fuel is used by the Crystal Maiden, but the Blood Right is out, and the damage is there. They'll get the kill. There's the poison over. Silence up is this Tinker. Now they use the ulti from the Nature's Prophet. Trying to get out with the Tinker. He's able to just successfully TP away as they don't have anybody to follow this up. So look, it's the Nature's Prophet coming in to just push. Oop, Dagon. Laser, Rocket, Soul Ring, Soul Rip. Keeps him alive, and now the Orchid's through onto this Tinker. He's got to be careful. There's the Dragon Tail as well as the Gust coming out from Moon. They try to turn it, but again, they've got this Shadow Blade. The Rupture hits onto the DK. Woo, this damage is crazy from Moon all of a sudden. They'll get the kill there. They'll take the Undying. They lose the DK. 2 Tombstones on the deck. All of a sudden, Moon, after starting this game with an abysmal stat line, helps out to win this team fight, and they take out the Bloodseeker, the Venomancer, and the Undying, while only losing the DK. So no Venge there. Nature's Prophet, he's got to get a BKB. All of a sudden, with Drow getting levels, the impact's felt. So, this game back to even. SNY picked up for the Bloodseeker. Goes into that Blood Right damage.
This'll come in handy.
Death tax.
So, over bottom. right now is the Venge, and they've got Undying coming over with the Bloodseeker. They try to throw the Blood Right. Rupture, that's going to land as well as the Venomous Scale, but the BKB is popped by Faded. Now they try to turn this around. Meanwhile, Tinker already gets the kill on the Nature's Prophet over towards top, so they're going to want to back off. Tinker really starting to show it again.
Radiant's top tower is under
And
attack.
he's just about got this Axe.
Radiant structures.
So this might be a fight coming through. BKB on cooldown for the DK. They look over. No dust, no vision. Just standing right there. And Tinker, here he comes. With these rockets, they look over at the Death Prophet. Yules onto the DK, gets the kill on the DP. Now they look over. They've got the Gale. They are under Shrine, but it's not going to matter. They take them both out. Neither of them have buyback, but Tinker, look at this, pressuring the top tier too.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Pressuring where he can and has enough for that Axe.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures.
Venomous Scale hits on 2. That's actually, he goes for the Plague Wards now. The Yules onto the Drow, silencing this Tinker. He does not buy out on that Axe, and that is a big deal, as he's the only one who has buyback at the moment. They go for the tier 3, need to stay objective. They want to take out this tower, take out the racks. Crystal Maiden roots up this Undying.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's
Here goes the
bottom
racks.
barracks- Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
Oh boy, dust, it comes through. Now they've got the Hurricane Pike. Venomancer doing so much damage to the Crystal Maiden. Gone. Arya. And you gotta stay objective in these games. They could quickly be thrown away if you're not too careful, especially Tinker has buyback, so does the Crystal Maiden. If they bought back, they'd have 4 heroes here as well as the Drow coming in just a moment. So Death Prophet stays alive, but the Exorcism is over. They look over the tier 4s. Here they go to try and clean this up. The Silence comes out on 3. There's the Breathe Fire to hit on the Venomancer. Gust hits out on 2, and now into the Elder Dragon form is this this Dragonite. Magic Missile, Blood Right on 3, but Venomancer quite low, and he ends up dropping, but he kills the Drow first. BKB popped by the DK. He'll die. Now they look over the Undying. Death Prophet against the world. Finally buying back is the Crystal Maiden. They still have the Tinker available. They'll take out one tier 4. Magic Missile comes down on the Death Prophet. And the Tombstone will be dropped after
Dire's middle tower is
death.
under attack.
And these Plague Wards are here. These Plague Wards are ready. Meanwhile, Tinker gets the kill onto the Venge. But Venge, with that little ghost, is doing quite a bit of damage. And both the CM and the Death Prophet die. Ulti from Nature's Prophet. He could TP in here and get the kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So they do not take the other tier 4. They do not take the other towers on the outer lanes. Or on the
Dire's
mid lane
middle
and the
tower
top lane.
is under attack.
They go straight for tier 4s, and the question becomes, will they regret this? That was a moment to high ground. That was a moment to push on a Tinker. That does not come off.
Dire's middle
Misclick
tower
there
is
by
under
the
attack.
Nature's Prophet, unless he was dealing with something. Chrysalis next tier for the Nature's Prophet. Everybody about to be up for the Radiant side. They have an 8,000 net worth lead. So buys out on the Axe, but not a lot needed for buyback at the moment. Push on over mid.
Dire's middle
have the
tower
double
is
damage.
under
They go into Roche as well. There's it. So he just picked up for the Bloodseeker. Ooh. Okay. And look over at Moon. Just a little
Seeds
late.
of fortune.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Oh, they get the swap, and now Tinker in a lot of trouble. The laser. This is going to do so much. They've got the gust, the poison nova. Down goes the Bloodseeker the first time, as well as the Undying and the Venomancer. They're going to come back. They need something to work here. They will finally lose the Tinker. He's got buyback, but this is going to be a situation where they can take out the Bloodseeker again. And there he goes. Drow ends up dying. Tinker buys back. Oh, boy. All of a sudden, things get a little shaky for the Radiant.
Tower is under attack.
But the buyback comes out from the Tinker. That's going to put the Dire on edge.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Just the DK and the
Radiant's
Drow.
middle tower
Or no,
is
now
under
the Death
attack.
Prophet as well.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Magic Missile, Dragon Tail, Breathe Fire, Venge, Force Staff away. There's the silence from the Nature's Prophet. Kills with the Death Prophet. He just got that BK, or just got that buyback. So he's gone. In the trees is this Tinker. Gotta be careful. There's the blink forward. I don't know if I suggest that. You can get silence hit with a Magic Missile real fast. So the Ags did work in that last fight for the Tinker. Trying to keep his team in it.
I am grateful.
So we'll see what Radiant are able to do. They're up 10,000 net worth. We're going to try and rat this game. You want to kill that creep before the Tinker gets there, but you just let it go. I don't really quite understand that. I mean, you see him
Dire's
TPing
middle
in.
tower is under
It's a
attack.
quick little two-shot to that
Dire's
creep.
structures are fortified.
The Venomous Scale, that'll come through. Faded in a little bit of trouble. They've also got the Nature's Prophet here. BKB dust out as well. But now the laser hits onto the Bloodseeker. Elder Dragon form used by the DK. They've got the Dag in there looking for more. They look over at this Drow. There's the swap. It'll silence him up. They kill off the Drow. They look for the Venomancer. He'll die. There goes the Tinker dead for 2 minutes. Bloodseeker, he's forced out of this fight. The Exorcism is enough to get the kill. 3 dead. Undying's alive, but the Bloodseeker has to go all the way back to the shrine. Can he re-engage here? That's the question. Death Prophet dies to the Venomancer, or to the Venge, post-death. So no Tinker for 2 minutes. This is the time where you need to push. Maybe force the buybacks and back out, but
Radiant's top
need to
tower
make
is
something
under
happen.
attack.
My flesh. So
Radiant's
Nye out
tower
top,
has been
Bloodseeker,
denied.
Nullifier next.
death tax.
8,000 net worth lead still here for the Radiant, but you can see it getting shaky, especially with the pickup of that Ags on the Tinker. If he's able to stay alive, it just makes this game really hard for the Radiant when he TPs in. If he gets Boots of Travel too, I'd feel a little bit more confident. Nullifier picked up with the Bloodseeker. Buys out on that. I don't know if I like that call. He's been getting very low in these fights recently, and you get caught out once.
A gift from the goddess.
I mean, exorcism will fly through. Moon coming over. There's the blood right. Might hit on two, but the drow gets out. Crystal Maiden gone. Dead for 59. No buyback. The 2 minutes that the Tinker wasn't alive. Push wasn't that substantial from the Radiant. And they stay alive.
For the twins.
Then dead. Oh, no. BKB. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Magic Missile. It's available. You've got the BKB. You just got to turn it. But Tinker. Oh, my. Gives up his life. Knows he's got the damage. He gives up his life. Dead for another minute and a half. Is this Tinker? So the Nature's Prophet pushing. And
Regeneration.
Scotty action. Blood right. Silences up the DK. Exorcism used. Still gotta be careful, Death Prophet. Over top, meanwhile, Nature's Prophet's trying to take your base as well as the Undying. They go in deep. Poison Nova gonna be used onto the Death Prophet. They have Venomous Gale in just a moment. There's the Yules in the Elder Dragon form. Silence out onto this Venomancer. Meanwhile, over top, they'll take the tier 3. They'll look over the set of Rex. They've dropped down the Tombstone. This is Crystal Maiden as well as the Drow trying to defend this with Faded coming over on the DK. As the Elder Dragon form as well as the long-range Dragon Tail. That's going to hit on the Nature's Prophet with the Breathe Fire. The damage coming through. BKB, Nature's Prophet, so much trouble. The Soul Rip keeps him alive, but now there's silence on 2. The BKB is going to let the Nature's Prophet run, but there's another Tombstone as he dies on this Undying. That's the Bloodseeker getting low, and again, he's got no buyback.
I could not bear to be away from the sacred
DK going to die to
Dire's
these
bottom shrine is under
worms
attack.
as well as the Tombstone. Nature's Prophet buys back, and Melee Rack's still standing here over top. So is the tier 3.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Bottom Shrine
The seeds of fortune.
creeps, as well as the Treants coming in.
Shrine has fallen.
Gotta stop him. Crypt Swarm will do so. But catapults! Cardi!
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's
Ancient
is
exposed.
under attack.
Nature's Prophet sure as hell is gonna go for it.
Dire's middle tower
This-
is under attack.
Could be interesting. There are the Treants.
Dire's
This
entrance
is not gonna
under
be enough.
attack.
I mean, it distracts them, sure. But not nearly enough.
Double damage.
Bloodseeker back up, has buyback. There's the TP over to the shrine. Ooh, Magic Missile. Oof. Killing off that Death Prophet for 88
Dire's
seconds.
middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Tinker's still here to defend. Although, yeah, there we go. It wasn't moving for a moment. They go for the tier 3. There's the Poison Nova as well as the Venomous Gale. They've got the BKB pop by the DK. They get the Dragon Tail. There's the Frostbite. There's the Silence. And taken out very quickly will be the CM. BKB pop by the Drow. They'll clean up the DK. He's got no buyback. Tinker just unfortunately sits in base. And what was a close game all of a sudden just gets ended, as Tinker does not participate in that last fight. So Radiant take it 48 minutes in. That's all she wrote. So again, let's get that on YouTube.